low-key got I USO'd in the race yesterday. Got a big old lump on my head now from where I got stung on the head by something. I didn't think it was a bee or a wasp. Probably like an hour and 10 into the race, I remember it was on a downhill section. I could hear like a fly or something, and I thought it was like knocking against the edge of my helmet, but it must have got inside my helmet because it stopped buzzing and I did feel a bit itchy. I wear a headband under the helmet. I remember I went to rub it and it definitely felt a bit itchy. I was able to keep riding, and like I say, I wasn't even sure that something had got into my helmet, and it could have just been my head was just itchy from being an hour plus into a TT and having to wear this big old lid on your head. But yeah, did obviously got stung by something. Throwback to the National 25 last year where I got stung on the ear by a bee the day before the race. Did remind me of that course a little bit with it being, that one was a lot flatter. This one yesterday was so up and down. Not a super fast course, but then John just does an unreal time on it. Pretty standard affair. It is what it is. Get some antiseptic cream on it, and hopefully the swelling goes down in the next few days. But weather's not looking too great, so I'll probably go on the turbo anyway, because I probably won't want to be probably a bit uncomfortable wearing a helmet, to be honest.
Hey guys, it's Tuesday. Just been doing 2.5 hours zone 2 on the turbo today. It was absolutely hammering it down this morning, but typical weather, it looks quite nice now, so, and it's all dried out, but you know, it was absolutely hammering it down. I just, alright, get some TT position work done on the turbo, but it is what it is. Was originally going to do a VO2 max TT session today, but I'm going to push that to tomorrow. Feeling okay today, but was feeling pretty tired yesterday, and I'd rather get a zone 2 ride in first, then do a session. Plus the weather's nice, so I'll be able to do it outdoors.
Been to the doctors and had my height confirmed at 1 metre 86, so filled in all the forms and such, and sent off that submission form to the UCI. So for the British Cycling Time Trial Championships, which haven't been accepted to yet. The entry closed on Sunday night, but hopefully should get confirmed that I'm accepted to that in the next few days.
Hey guys, Wednesday. Cracking on with a TT VO2 max session today, so I've got 5 by 6 minutes, and I think I'll go out and do some aero testing, even though it's proper windy, but have a crack at it anyway. There's a few things I want to test out, see if I can get some resolution in the data and see if any of the positions are actually better than one another. 3 reps into this session now, just going up Manchester Road. First one was like 425, second 2 were 450, just under 450, 448, 446, something like that. Yeah, I didn't do much of a warm up, just did like a spin out to Manchester Road and then cracked on with that first effort, so maybe that's why the power was a bit lower. But building into the session, that third one was hard, but got 2 more to go. Uphill into a headwind for coming up Manchester Road, but I'll do the last one kind of heading back to Crosspool, so have a tailwind for that, so that should be good. But yeah, see how it goes. Going well so far, happy with it. Right, that's part 1 done. Gonna put the TT helmet on, then go out to my aero test location and do some back and forth laps, do some chung testing, and yeah, see how that is. Fill up my bottle.
Refilling the Trinity bottle.
Right, time to get out for part 2. At my test location, so I'm going to do 10 back and forth runs, so 1, 2, 3, ABC, 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 A. So I'm going to test kind of my standing position, trying to turtle my head in to shorten my neck, to close the gap between the helmet and the shoulders, and then a more forward position where I'm really getting over the top of my back. Yeah, see how it is. In the same gear for each of the runs. So on the way out, which is uphill headwind, I'm going to be in my 6th hardest gear, somewhere between 300 and 350 watts, and then on the downhill tailwind section I'll be in my 3rd hardest gear and push something like 200 watts, just based on back and forth I've just done. Whatever power I do for the first few runs, try and stick to that throughout. It's a quiet road, but it needs to be safe as well because it is very narrow, so I need to notice if there's cars come in, obviously. Like all the positions, they're not head down positions. They should all have decent visibility, so it's part of the testing that the position needs to be safe as well. So yeah. Having to abandon a triple bit of runs, only going with the duplicate, just tried to start the third set, and because the road's so narrow, if there's a car coming the other way, I have to come to a stop. It's not even like I can just slow down. So yeah, duplicate it is. I'm already 2.5 hours in, so it'll be a bit over 3 hours until I ride. Just like that, you know, can't ride through that. I don't know why this road's getting a bit busy. I mean, it's one car in 2 minutes that messes up a run, so it's like I need it to be empty, but it's fine for the first few. And then I was doing my last baseline, my 7th run. There's a couple of, I think I had to restart that twice. But yeah, it will do. I mean, it's not a great day for testing, it's so windy and variable, but good to get some under the belt. That's my longest ride on the TT bike, that. Not bad, not bad. Shout out Crazy Legs for the bandana. It's actually much better, just more substantial under the helmet, just because normally the helmet is digging in but into my FOD by the end, but yeah, really not too bad. Normally I was just wearing this little skinny headband, but this works much better. Kung Fu Kenny. Well, it's midnight and I'm working on another spreadsheet. Something's never changed. Really interesting to play around with this data. Yeah, I wanna refine it a little bit more, account for wind within my main CDA calculation. I already accounted for gradients, so I've got CDA numbers that are quite similar between east and west runs, and the differences in CDA are going to be between east and west are now just down to wind. But I'm wondering if I can account for that in a similar way to what I've done here. Looks like trying to turtle the head in a little bit is the faster. Is consistently faster than my baseline, which is interesting. There we go, kind of 3 hours low zone 2 on the turbo. All good work at the end of the day. Pretty domsy from my gym session yesterday, so the legs are pretty heavy. Started out with a stretch, but you know, they're still pretty sore, but nice and steady endurance miles, getting some good time in TT position, thinking about TT positions. So I kind of filmed the sort of positions I was testing yesterday, and based on the data it looks like turtling my head in a little bit to try and close that gap. So both my baseline position, position A, and that new position, position B, tail of the helmet does touch my back, but if I turtle the neck in, try and shorten that neck, the rest of the helmet does close the gap to my shoulders a little bit. Still a gap there. I continue working on that, and then I can probably learn to roll that neck in more, and you close that gap further and go even faster. So yeah, I'll probably do another test of that just to confirm it is faster, and then continue going down that road of trying to get more confident and comfortable in that position. Rest day tomorrow, and then Wattshop 2 day at the weekend. But weather's not looking great, but we'll see how it goes.
But Mara Golden is hauling away up Saltburn Bank. She can see the fortune favours the brave, and today it favours Mara Golden.
First one in a while, just doing a recovery spin on the turbo, just an hour, well under 200 watts, 150 to 200 watts recovery pace, just getting the legs moving. Feeling pretty domsy yesterday, so did a big old stretch, did some rehab exercises, and then an hour spin on the turbo and get those metabolites shifting. Yeah, legs are feeling better already, but do a bit more stretching this evening. Then Wattshop 2 day tomorrow, so first stage is my start time's like 6 o'clock in the afternoon, so I'll do like an openers ride in the morning, drive down there, do the race. There's a talk with Dan Bigham afterwards, and Richard Oakes, so then I'll drive back to Chef and then back back for the stage 2 on the Sunday morning, where it's like a 10:30ish start for me. So yeah, should be good. Guys, it's Saturday. Bit of an openers ride this morning, doing kind of like what most people do as a warm-up, I guess, for their race. Just my typical warm-up, but I don't normally do that before a race. Normally I just spin around zone 2, but racing at 6 o'clock this evening, so doing this as a bit of an openers ride. I'll just do a little spin before the race, and then 25 miler on a hilly course for the Wattshop 2-day. Looking forward to it. Legs a bit heavy during this opener session, but pretty normal. It's very warm. Quite humid today. I feel like it's warmed up a little bit. It was quite cold this morning, but it's warmed up a lot. Not feeling amazing on this little ride, but not terrible. Nothing's wrong. So we'll just have to see how I go on this afternoon. 3 minutes of maximal fatigue test. Maybe RPE 8, TT 12 minutes. Standard. Not feeling any better or worse than last time I did it. I remember I had heavy legs for that as well. Fucking DOMs ain't going away, man. Also, my sprint is washed. Can't even crack 1100 watts. Don't really need it for the time trials I do. 15-minute tempo. Again, didn't feel great for it. Felt very warm. But yeah, getting the legs moving. Do a bit of a stretch. I've pretty much got everything ready to go, so I'll be leaving at 2 o'clock. So I'll hop off now, and then I've got a bit over 2.5 hours before I head off to Stafford. Right, it's just after 2 o'clock, so I'm heading to Stafford for the Wattshop 2-day first stage, and then there's a talk afterwards. So yeah, should be good. The weather's a bit temperamental. It might be all right. It might be absolutely soaking wet, but we'll have to see. I mean, it's warm, so it's like just sticky and humid, you know. Like I'm just walking around the house, I'm like, it's so warm, but it's a little bit wet. But yeah, like I say, we just have to get out and see how it is. But yeah, looking forward to it. 2-hour drive through the peak. Hopefully it's not too bad. Not have the nightmare getting back from Darley-Moor I had a couple of weeks ago, avoiding the A515 like the plague. I've arrived. I was going to say it was looking like glorious weather, but now the skies are looking a bit grey. I mean, it's definitely sunshine and showers. It was absolutely hammering it down at points over on the way here, and then once I got here, it seemed to clear up. But yeah, it's going to be touch and go. I mean, it's going to be a bit wet. Might get caught in a bit of rain, but hopefully it stays relatively nice. Right, go inside. Everyone's got first starters have been off. I saw them on the road. Got pink numbers today. Of course, the Wattshop special. Typical. Get ready a bit too early, and then it starts raining. Yeah, I've got 46 minutes till my start time, and yeah, I'm just going to get colder if I go out. And poor old Trin. Like a throwback to my first ever TT. Start of March icebreaker on the V2 212, where it's absolutely pissing it down. Yeah, we're kind of getting the same today. Oh, it's all coming now, isn't it? It was lovely. Thing is, though, it should stop. Like the way the weather's been, I don't know how long it'll rain for, but it should calm down a little bit. It's not gonna. I don't think it's going to be like this the whole race. I was thinking about it on the way here, because obviously I knew the weather wasn't going to be great, but that was the only wet TT I've done. That first one I did. The end of the season one I was meant to do last year. That one got that was going to be wet, but that one got cancelled on the morning off. Once we got to HQ, it's a skill. You have to be able to do it. Like if British champs or the RTTC champs are in the wet, you got to deal with it. At least I got big fat tyres, so on the 30 mils, unlike most people are probably still on 25s. Maybe dawdling isn't such a bad thing. It's either that or you get ready way too early and then you're just sitting around waiting for paint to dry. Yeah, rain seems to that big shower's come through and calmed down, so hopefully that's the last of it. Half an hour till the start, so I'll probably head out on the road. Unless it's pissing it down, I'll head out on the road in like 10 minutes and head just past the start, do some more warming up. Yeah, warming up, riding around. Time to man up and just get on with it. Well, on a positive note, we ended up getting a good part of the weather. I mean, it stopped raining. I got out for my warm-up. I did like a 15-minute spin, just mixing around a bit. To be honest, I was shivering and it was still pretty cold by the start. But I mean, it didn't start raining again, and it was nice it was just like drying out over the. I mean, it was barely wet, to be honest. I mean, some of the shaded corners, but really not too bad. But yeah, had some other incidents, but got round, and yeah, it's bloody hard work, but I think tomorrow will be more my style. Yeah, it's a lovely evening actually. Kegged the bike in shit though. 30mm tyres weren't enough. I wish I need to find a TT bike that can fit some 2.2 Race Kings. Little TomLeeCycling debrief, and then I'll go mingle with everyone, go get in the queue for pizza. Yeah, it was bloody, like I say, we got good conditions as late starters, and I was starter number 116 out of 120. I was in the last 5, and like I say, we got good conditions. It was cold at the start, but once you go in, you're fine. But it was a really tough course. I mean, they said on the map that a lot of it you have to ride in the primary position, so like ride in the centre of the road because the road surface is poor. Poor is an understatement. God, I feel like as a heavier rider, I just don't deal well with it at all. I just get juggled around so much, and even though I'm on the modern bike with the big fat tyres, like I'm still getting juggled around like I'm on a bike from 20 years ago. I'm just like, fucking hell, people on 23s, and I don't know if it's because I'm heavier or what, but I really struggle on those lumpy sections, and like no way I'm like getting in my best aero position just because like even like I'm head up just to sight the best line in the road anyway, but then I'm getting juggled around anyway. I found this at the National 25 last year, but it's a skill to it, and I'm not very good at that. There's lots of uphill drags, and it was like really hard. I feel like my GPS wasn't working very well. Like sometimes it would say the speed was quite low, and I feel like I was going faster than that. But you just have to push on. But then it's like I'm like below target speed a lot, so I'm like pushing on a lot more than I'd want to, and I'm like, oh fuck, am I overcooking it? Kind of overcooked in the first lap, and then big mishap, probably 20, not even 20 minutes in, like 15 minutes into the race, not even finished the first, because it was on the first lap. There was this sweeping right hand corner, so it kind of had the road arrows that it's bending to the right, and then there was like a runoff road to the left, and then there was more arrows, and we were meant to stay on the main road, so we were meant to bend round to the right, but I'm just like seeing this runoff road, and that's where the first set of arrows are pointing. So this first time round, I did the EF at the Giro and overshot the corner, and went off onto this offshoot road into some gravel. I'm pretty sure I was in the base bars for the whole for like leading up to the corner. It's just the fact I hadn't sighted the corner well enough, and I'm like, I only realised at the last second that the main road continued bending round to the right, and like no chance I was going to make that corner, so I just had to take this offshoot road to save it, come to a stop, do a little U-turn. Bike was making some crunchy noises, but then managed to lost 20 seconds, I don't know, but got going again, and made sure I didn't make the same mistake on the second lap. But it was hard out there. It was really quite windy. Like I say, we got the good part of the weather, but I worked hard. What can I say, really? I'm not sure about the position. It said third, but I think that's third TT bike. John and Dan went earlier on their road bikes, and they both went faster than me. I did like 54 and a bit minutes, 54:15 or something, and they were like 53 high, I think, or 52 high. Fucking hell, man. I mean, the thing is, with the more up and down courses and maybe the lumpy sections, like you do get some benefit from being on a road bike. But like at the end of the day, TT bike is faster for this course, even if it is a hard course. We got out there, had a good smash, made the bike dirty, didn't break the bike, felt like I did. EF to corner, royally EF to corner. It was just hard work. That's all I can say. But we got round. We secured our predicted like third place for the TT bike riders, I think. Unless I'm reading it wrong, but yeah, like I say, go have a chat with some people, go talk someone's ear off. And it's a lovely evening now. Like I say, it was nice for our riding, but it was fucking cold. I was shivering at the start, shivering at the end, bloody Leon Atkins is shivering waiting for pizza. I'm like, mate, get a fucking coat on. Can't see you like this.
Probably talking somewhere between.
Don't know why I did that to myself. Driving back. We live and we learn. Don't do that next time. Just get a hotel and stay over in Stafford. I mean, my original plan was to go stay at my auntie's, but well, stay at family friends. Wasn't able to do that. Stay at auntie's. Decided not to do that. Decided to go home instead. And it's not far. It's like 60 miles, but it takes forever getting through the Peak District. Lost half my life driving through there, but yeah, we're back now. So unload the car and then early start tomorrow. Right, early start today. Didn't get much sleep, but I mean, I've had 2 hours to come to terms with the day after getting up, so feeling a bit more with it, and yeah, a bit tired, but yeah, we'll get across there and see how it is. It's actually not as bad a drive as I thought it was. Here now, got my second number. And yeah, it's a lot more straightforward today, just an out and back, starting on a dual carriageway. About half on a dual carriageway, half on same road that turns into a single carriageway, I think. Yeah, should be good, looking forward to it. Yeah, with it being just an out and back, and it's like perfectly 5 miles out, 5 miles back. So shouldn't be making any mistakes today. With me overcooking that corner yesterday and having to do an EF and bail off to a side road. So yeah, looking forward to it. Hopefully I can take back some time on Dan and John, because I mean I'm not surprised that they beat me yesterday, but I really wasn't expecting it with Dan and John being on their road bikes. But kind of yesterday's course, it bridges that gap between being on a time trial bike and being on a road bike. Like they're a bit more even. Obviously the TT bike's still going to be faster, but with today's course, with it just being a relatively flat out and back, you're going to benefit a lot more from being on the TT bike. So I mean, it's a separate category. There's awards for TT bikes and awards for road bikes. I should put time into them. That's all I'm saying. It's not ego. But yeah, we'll see how we go. I mean, I was feeling tired this morning, but I mean, I didn't feel too bad after I'd kind of come to terms with the day, and feeling a bit more out of it now that I'm here. Maybe it's just nerves. But yeah, we'll got plenty of time until my start. So I'm like 46 past 10. It's 5 to 9 now. So yeah. I'm actually so tired. I'm gonna go grab a coffee. I don't drink coffee, but I'm gonna get a coffee just because I need some caffeine to perk me up. But I'm not gonna have a whole tablet just yet. I'll have a tablet later. But Flat White, the Cyclismo special. Sit down. I could go this way up or the right way up. I realise I can put my number upside down. And it's exactly the same. For the lols. Kind of cross headwind on the way out, cross tailwind on the way back. I'll probably just aim for like 440 on the way out. Just try and keep as aero as possible. I think aero matters more. Because I'd say that's higher airspeed on the way out. I feel like I could average 440 for the whole thing. So basically do an ISO split. But if I go out at 440, assuming I can hold on to it, and then worst case scenario, I fade a little bit and don't do as much power on the way back. But yeah, go out, start as you mean to go out hard, and yeah, have a good time with it. Feeling a bit better, feeling perked up a little bit. So it's cold though. Gonna wear the calf guards as well. Go for the proper CTT setup because got the other ones dirty yesterday. And yeah. Already wearing a sweaty skin suit and base layer. Get away with not reusing the same kit. I'll do that. Right, pretty much suited and booted. 22 minutes till my start time, so I'll get out, do a bit of a spin to warm up, and yeah, crack on with it. Well, that was better. I was really happy with that. I mean, I tried hard and pushed really hard yesterday, but some things didn't go my way with the nature of the course, with really lumpy sections and the hills. I really struggled on it, plus my wrong turn, but today was a lot more my style, just very simple, good road surface. Bit like V714 in Hull, like it's it started dual carriageway, but that was only for a couple of kilometres at the start and finish. But yeah, enjoyed it. It felt like the classic CTT time trial where headwind on the way out and oh, where's my tailwind on the way back? Because it was kind of it did have some lumps on the course, so you're not just bombing it at 40 mile an hour on the way back the whole time. But yeah, pushed hard despite my poor sleep. I mean, that's not too bad. 4:25. I mean, I was aiming for 4:40. See what the that's kind of similar to the 10 I did at the start of the year, and 47:53. I have noticed with my left leg what kind of happens is my left hamstring kind of starts to cramp or get really tight. So I feel like that's the thing I need to start working on next with my left leg, because it's the pinch nerve in the back, but I've got that kind of sorted out. I mean, I've pulled both hamstrings in the past run. It might be a lingering thing from that where the hamstring's just a bit weakened, so even though I can deadlift a lot, hamstring could still be weak. And like I say, it feels, I mean, it didn't cramp up, kind of cramped up a little bit yesterday, and I just have to ride it out, come off the gas a little bit, and it kind of mellows out a little bit. Get the right leg probably working a bit harder to compensate for it. It might be something that's solvable if I can strengthen that left hamstring, do some more unilateral work and progressively overload it. But yeah, see how I did relative to everyone else, but I'm definitely happier with that performance compared to yesterday. I so pale with full whitey today.
Wattshop weekend and the biggest one yet on Archibald.
Fantastic event. Thank you to Dan and his family for, well, Grant. I think Grant mainly organised it, Grant Bigham, but they're all involved in making it run smoothly, and all the volunteers. So massive thank you for a great event. And yeah, we had that great talk from Dan yesterday. Basically, aero is bloody complicated. I feel like I'm still at like such a rudimentary stage that I can make improvements doing subpar testing, but it does get complicated really quickly. And yeah, so I asked him a question about airspeed. The power CDA airspeed equation is actually airspeed squared times ground speed, so it's even more complicated. Like I say, I feel like I can still make improvements doing some very rudimentary testing. So and then continue to learn about this stuff. So like Dan was saying about shear angles, and like understanding how, even though you've got a certain amount of wind, how all the different factors can change how you're kind of what wind you're actually experiencing. But yeah, it all comes down to produce more power, get more aero at the end of the day. So yeah, happy with my result, especially today. Was a bit disappointed. Well, not disappointing with yesterday, but I found it really hard work yesterday. But yeah, much better time of it today. I'm fucking knackered, but not as knackered as I was at the start. But yeah, I'll get back home and chill out, then rest day tomorrow. Treated myself to the easy route home. So went like A50, A38, M1. Just like it's about the same sort of time, like an hour and a half, but all big dual carriageways, but still busy. So you still had to focus, but definitely easier than going through the Peak District. That is way too much driving for one weekend. I mean, not stupid far. I mean, haven't even depleted half a tank, but just relentless. Yeah, took the L on that one. Should have just found a place and stayed over, but it is what it is. I'll learn for next year. Hopefully I'll be able to do the event again next year, and I'll make sure I get a place and stay over, or we go in the camper van instead. Yeah, really nice chat with different people over the past 2 days, and a really good event. And everyone who attends that event is like, every CTT event, people are nerdy, keen cyclists, but I feel like that's like another level of the people who are really into it. So everyone's sharing ideas and keen to learn stuff. So yeah, it was a really good, really fun event, and like I say, hopefully I'll be back again. Next for me, I'm going to do a road race
week today on Sunday, not doing anything the week after, and then British Cycling National. So yeah, that should be really good. Looking forward to it. Unpack now, de-stress. Shout out to the rest of the team, a lot of the Team Bottrell guys who are doing the 12-hour. They're still going. I think they started at 6 o'clock in the morning, so still got 4 hours to go. They're 8 hours deep, so yeah, massive respect for that. I mean, I've done about 13 hours training for the week, so doing that in one ride, that's just nuts. I mean, I'm still deciding if I want to sign up for the National 100, which is one thing. 12 hour, bro, that's nuts. So yeah, Jake, Ben, David, nutters.